Welcome back to Penumbra. Last time we entered this computer terminal place. Now we're going to have a look. What is that? A deposit box.
I remember why you're here. Dr. Swanson has filled me in.
There's somebody.
I recall every single syllable of our conversation. There was ever so slight an inflection in her tone that suggested she no longer trusted me. Why ever dinosaur extinction 65 million years ago, would she think that? We share the same history. You and I are history. I recall the day of my birth, 18th of September, 1964, 3.46993412, recurring minutes past 9. I remember my mother looking surprised as I poked my head out into the world for the first time. You need a security registered palm. Something I can provide. You need it at the library. Something beyond my reach. When I became infected by those mindless zombies, I split off from the others and secured myself here. I cannot leave. Nonetheless, you will need a hand. I will not. Bring me a saw.
But I already have a hand.
On my first day here, 3 years ago, climate change of 10 degrees over the past 1 million years. Walk east and take the first door on your right.
There are others. He's like you, like us, yet he is not us. Why is he separate and yet we are bound together? Are we truly a we, or are we simply an I with two faces? But I am no monkey.
I need to find a saw for Dr. Oh, this is Dr. Eminiss, who is in the computer room. Well, should I really do that? I mean, I already have a hand.
Good. It has been precisely 12 days, 11 hours, 39 minutes, and 12.4 seconds since something good last happened.
Brother, come for us! He's over here! Embrace me, glorious void! Embrace me! My congratulations! Honestly, I mean it. Well done. I was only joking about the come get 'em thing. What say we celebrate with some nice, relaxing cyanide, huh? I'm sure I saw some anthrax lying around as well.
This piece of equipment does not have much details beyond a slot, and I'm not sure what would fit into it. Used to be racks for circuit cards. The shelves contain various manuals, spare parts, and other computer-related material. Perhaps I can find something that helps me understand how the stuff here works. I already see something blinking. Server installation quick start guide. The most common cause of frustration during the installation process is the use of incorrectly formatted circuit cards. Please ensure boot, network, and interface cards are functioning correctly with default programs installed before continuing. Required circuit cards. Program count listed in brackets. Boot 3 collates basic disk drive and hardware configuration data. Network 5 uses advanced communication drivers to allow access to any local internet or hub network. Comes with all the latest security protocols. There's an I missing. Interface 4 carries all programs required in server and file access in addition to high-level direct hardware access. Circuit card compatible programs. Circuit setup required installation to get any program running. Disk info setup collates disk drive configuration data. Hardware locator collates hardware configuration data. Socket protocol installs communication drivers. Firewall provides protection against invalid access. Antivirus, CMD interface. Net locator. File streamer. Admin tools. By popular demand, the server no longer requires the latest version of Windows in order to function correctly. Okay. Not sure what to do yet. Some broken cables. It won't boot. The screen fills up with error messages. There must be some way to fix this. Okay. There's something not right with these artifacts. Something wrong, but something irresistible. I wonder if I have everything I need now. That thing is still there. Ooh, what do we have here? This card should fit in the machine I found in the next room, but I don't think... Oh, what? So I guess these three are broken and I need to use these three to make new ones. We have boot, network, and interface. Electrical cabinets. This area of the complex is using a lot of power. Is it actually possible to still open the door?
You know, I think he's calmed down now. Perhaps all he wants is a hug. Why not let him out?
I'm not gonna try that again. Oh yeah, the color. So red is boot. So let's insert the red one. And then I'll have a look at the notes again. Boot needs 3 things. Collates basic disk drive and hardware configuration data. And probably disk info setup. Hardware locator. And Huh. Circuit setup, maybe that's always necessary. Okay. I like this riddle. Network. What?
Human life is so banal. Is it always as monotone as this? I can't stand it. Let me out!
I'm just gonna ignore him. Network. Advanced communication drivers to allow access to any local internet or hub network. And security protocols. How much? 5. Okay. Well, I guess this is necessary again. Maybe. Or maybe that. And interface. Okay. Oh wait, I think it said 4. Interface needed 4 things. Maybe this. This and this. Uh-huh. Nice. We have light. You still in there? Yeah, I'm going to fuck you. And just after I said I'm not going to do that again, I was just too curious. So, now this works. Let's see. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Current operations, a water cave. I remember that. That's from episode 1, where I had to... that was before the spider tunnel. You know, I had to pull these crates over here and then jump on the crates and use the broken ladder to stick what was left of the ladder up here and then jump there. And then have fun with the spiders. Tomb. Oh. Tomb. That doesn't look like anything we've seen before. Oh, there's a text to the water cave. Secondary excavation site B, water cave. Project lifespan December 5, 1990 until February 20th, 1992. Elevated case signatory L of Carpenter. Nature, excavation. Purpose, to locate and retrieve xeno evidence and artifacts in support of main site activity. Personnel, elevated case 0. Project not deemed critical enough for elevated presence. Chief attending chemist Troy Retinesque. Replaced September 12, 1991 with Neil Oswald. Inexcusable conduct. Findings, maybe because he got infected. Findings December 8, 1991. Substance 63, confirmed as the primary material used in construction of the Persona TARDIS artifacts in the first new non-periodic table. Substance to be discovered by the Archaic for 18 months. January 6, 1992. Artifact 66B. Another artifact discovered and effects catalogued. Research teams continue to flail at a purpose for these mechanisms. All symptoms manifested by research teams in contact with the artifacts conform to our initial hypotheses regarding their nature. I think these were already mentioned in a text that we actually found in here.
Entertaining as it might seem,
Yeah, I
to
wasn't
have
done.
access to memories one has no recollection of receiving, it also places me in somewhat of a predicament. This saboteur, for some reason, he conjures in my mind the color red.
Sorry, I didn't finish reading the text. Probably it said something about a saboteur. Let's see. I just wanted to mention that in Penumbra episode 1, in the water cave, there was a paper I found that I think that paper mentioned these, or maybe it was in the storage or something. There was definitely a paper talking about these things. Expenses: man weeks 519, materials, yeah, that's not important. Casualties: industrial accidents 3, below archaic acceptable max. Exhaustion 13, fatalities 2. Additional notes: report filed concerning a potential saboteur following multiple mechanical losses and thefts, particularly of radio equipment. Oh, remember in episode 1 there was a text where somebody mentioned that the radio equipment was being stolen constantly. Theory: dehydration as a cause of exhaustion leading to misconduct, debunked. Theory: missing miner Tom Redwood still within mining facility, open. Final status: closed. Hostile local fauna levels uneconomic. That's a nice way of saying that. Tomb. What does it say about the tomb? Primary excavation, touring at tomb. Project lifespan March 3, 2000 until present. Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Previous nature, excavation. Current nature, xeno research. Background: the primary excavation site is the central pursuit of the archaic at Shelter, Greenland. The site lies beneath the shelter facility and, as of 2000, has been underway for almost 25 years. On March 3, 2000, a tomb was discovered. Current purpose: understanding the tomb and its contents. Findings: the bulk of work is the responsibility of the language team, that is, Chief Translator Howard Lefresque. His findings so far are as follows. The tomb was the home of some form of ancient organism. The organism may have been quarantined. The term Turnget is derived from Inuit legend concerning evil spirits. Lefresque recommends immediate suspension of primary excavation operation. Expenses: man weeks approximately 27,396. Scheduled operations as of April 27th, 2000. Tomb investigation May 1st, 2000. A team will unseal the tomb for standard serious probe tests. Operation opposed by Howard Lefresque. Opposition overruled by Wilbur Frisk and scheduled for May 1st, 2000. Final status open, and I guess nothing ever happened after that. Greenland side. Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Project lifespan April 1st, 1973 until present. Report filed by Founding Overseer Brent Stufferson. Report updated by Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Nature: excavation and research facility. Background: in January 1973, the archaic Central Caste becomes aware of a large-scale industrial accident at a remote mining complex in northwest Greenland. The accident coincides with local reports, dated over a period of decades, concerning abnormal animal behaviors and growth, high suicide rates, and unusual events within the mine itself. These reports centralize over the precise location of the mine collapse. This itself was reportedly caused by a crazed miner. Xeno activity is suspected and a full investigation sanctioned. Purpose: to locate and retrieve Xeno evidence and artifacts. Initial personnel: elevated caste 7, chief staff 5, lower caste 51, temporary 25, and total population 88. Operation after 2 years of construction, Shelter is now practically self-sufficient, eliminating many issues surrounding archaic privacy concerns threatened during the construction phase by the much increased sea freight required. Shelter operates with a skeleton crew of research staff, supported by a small crew of maintenance and general care personnel. An elevated case presence of reasonable magnitude is warranted by the potential value of any discoveries. Unskilled labor and resource management is outsourced to discreet local villagers. Plans to adapt more than a fraction of the old mining complex to archaic needs have been abandoned, and work is now commencing on the excavation site immediately below the facility and within half a mile of the 1973 explosion site. Security level, highest priority. According to standard procedure, all documentation concerning the facility was destroyed upon construction. All those that know of the facility's existence either work within the facility or are of no great concern. The facility can sustain itself with only minor reliance on local settlements. The facility, for all intents and purposes, does not exist. This presents only minor practical annoyances. Findings: substances 53, 63, and 70 till 72, 73. Persona TARDIS artifacts. 27, now believed to be somehow related to the contents of the recently discovered tomb. Eminiss Specialis artifacts. 10, of little real value to the archaic, but for some reason of great collectible value to the lower case. I think these are collectibles that you can actually find. Like Easter eggs. Turngate tomb. Expanses classified. Final status operational. International work. Other research sites. Corrupted. Door ID. I think I was this. Door is now unlocked. Huh. Nice. So let's get the hell out of here.
This is residential. The archaic asks that viral biologists do not take their work home with them.
You hear that? It's a toilet, yeah. I can't even remember the last time I had some time to relax in front of a TV. Oh.
Christ, you look worse than the last time I saw you. Though maybe you're just at a higher resolution. Oh, damn it. Note to self, never insult your last hope of survival. I just wanted to give you a word of advice. Those creepy artifacts, we don't know how they work. Or even what they do, I suppose. I saw someone get too close to one once. You probably don't want to know. I'm sure you'll be fine. Probably. I hope. By the way, if you happen to find yourself in my neck of the woods, I'm kind of trapped. It's no big deal, really. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, no. That's hardly true. They're really completely harmless. Go on, it's just like wrapping yourself up in a warm blanket.
Patient report number 1. Chemical tests. Ooh. Standard serious chemical tests. Subject: primate, chimpanzee. Chemical: temazepam. Result: as expected, the subject displays symptoms of relaxation and lethargy. Chemical: lysergic acid diethylamide. Whoever knows how to pronounce these is welcome to correct me. Result: much akin to previous work with felines. The chimpanzee shows no ability to cope with the chemical stimulant. Chemical viscase somnus. Result: following injection, The subject's heart rate slows to such a rate that for all intents and purposes it appears dead. In truth, heart rate has dropped to incredibly a safe level and the subject recovers soon after. Chemical tetrahydrocannabinol. This chemical is held to be entirely safe in moderation and produces a relaxation effect in the subject. It remains to be seen whether long-term exposure leads to mental health risks. This primate is worn out. Please consider this an official requisition order for further test subjects from the mainland. Cryostasis usage policy. The cryostasis facility is a state-of-the-art installation allowing for cryogenic freezing of severely injured personnel who may be resuscitated at a later date.
Your mind space is
Shut up, man! I'm reading.
See here, A is for alliteration.
Would you
B
mind
is for bohemian.
being quiet?
C is for carcinogenic. So many long words taking up space in my new home. Here, let me do a little spring cleaning.
What?
There. You didn't need the periodic
Fuck you,
table,
man.
did ya?
Stop that. That's scary. The thought of somebody erasing whatever he pleases in your head. Where was I? Oh, okay. During freezing, users may or may not experience mild hallucination, to be confirmed when first user is successfully revived from stasis. Fair usage policy. The following scenarios are considered acceptable calls for use of the cryostasis facility. Any overseer or elevated case member is critically ill or injured. Any lower case member of the archaic holding vital information is critically ill or injured. Any patients infected with a non-terra virus or bacteria, provided they have first been deemed non-contagious, and any injured personnel with the following incurable ailments should enter stasis for later medical research: cardiomyopathy, glaucoma, polio, diabetes, or halitosis, and any elevated case member deemed clinically dead should enter stasis for ceremonial purposes. Maintenance period for deceased users to be increased, pending research benefits at Greenland site, making revival a potential solution. Access. Access is strictly forbidden to all non-medical personnel. At this time, the Archaic is unable to staff the facility 24 hours. As a result, heart rate-sensitive wristbands have been issued to high-priority, high-risk personnel. Keep these wristbands with you at all times. They allow automated access to the facility in the event that the wearer's heart rate indicates high probability of approaching death. I think I see where this is going. Postscript. Lowercase personnel are entitled to an opt-in, opt-out scheme whereby they may choose to sign a consent form where, in the event of a critical injury, they will be entitled to at least partial cryostasis. It's like I'm safe when I'm inside them, like I've got nothing to lose, but Clarence, he's not in there with me. I'm no expert, but there are some strange spots on the spinal X-ray. Either it's hardly been used or it's been well cleaned. It's locked. But it looks like there are some interesting things in there. Well, maybe I can just... Yep. Painkillers. And Viscae Somnus. I knew it. So my guess is... I gotta use... The screen read is a non-human sample. Insert new sample and try again. What? Maybe this? Subject critically ill. Please contact medical staff. Okay. What do you want me to do? So the door is securely locked. Right now my guess is I gotta find one of these wristbands and like slow my own heart rate with Viscae Somnus. several medical articles dating back about 50 years. One article states the discovery of the helical structure of DNA at Cavendish Laboratory. Another talks about the mixed success of the recently discovered polio vaccine. I'm blind. I'm an idiot. There's the wristband. Now I can use the wristband and then use this. And my heart will go on. Slow down. And it's open.
Damn it! For a moment there, I really thought that might have been curtains.
Oh, what in God's name were they doing here? Cryogenic freezer. I wonder if there's anything in there. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. The meter reads minus 200 degrees Celsius. It's cold even for this place. And now we're actually carrying a head around with us. And a hand. But I guess that is enough for getting into the library. What?
How peculiar. I could have sworn we remembered there being a door here before. How queer. What's in that direction? Oh, silly old me. I haven't got any hands to point with, have I? No, not that way. You sure you know where we're going? Didn't we pass the door just back there?
What the?
You see? You silly Billy. It was here all along. Would you like Uncle Clarence to take the steering wheel for a while?
No.
You should see your face. This is actually gonna be fun. Perhaps I won't get you killed after all.
Okay. I had picked up some baggage on the way, but finally I was close to my goal. I was sure answers lay behind the door. They were answers I should have set out to find when I received my father's letter in 2000. Why did I wait a whole year to come here? So in this library, we should find his father. Which means this is a good place to stop. And continue next time. The turn guide. These belong to them. I feel less here. I'm slipping. See you next time.